Hi there guys, welcome to Boxpred and thank you for tuning in. Apologies that these videos are coming in quite late, but we do have a huge night of boxing ahead of us, which I'm very much looking forward to. This video is going to cover the headline fight, which is Floyd Mayweather against Maidana, and I think that Mayweather wins this by a unanimous decision. I think it's going to be another standard fight. Since it was mentioned, I didn't think it was particularly competitive. If you can call a Floyd Mayweather fight competitive, Maidana doesn't strike me as a guy who's really, if I'm looking at an opponent who I think is really going to cause Mayweather problems and really pose a problem for him stylistically, then Marcus Maidana is not that guy. The good thing for Marcus Maidana, he's going to give it his all. He'll go out on his shield. He's going to make a real fight of it. He will really try. He will really put an effort in. He's not just going to survive. He's not just there for the payday. I think that he proved that against Broner. Another thing he proved with the Broner fight, he's not intimidated. He's not wound up. He's just like got that killer instinct. He's just got tunnel vision. He doesn't get caught up in the hype and the emotion surrounding the event. Saw that at the weigh-in. To me, he's just like so calm. He's there to fight. This is nothing. His business is done in the ring, and he lives for it. He lives for war. That's just the type of guy he is, and you have to admire these guys in boxing who are quite quiet, but they perform in the ring and give us good fights. I think Maidana is that type of guy. He is another champion, so I think to be honest, I think that's the reason Floyd chose him over Khan, because it's another belt on the line that Floyd can get his hands on, just another notch for him. And I think that was the incentive that made him choose Maidana over Khan. To be honest with you, if I'm looking at the division, if there's 3 fights left, let's not count this fight. If there were 3 fights left and I was looking at who I'd like to fight, Mayweather, I'm looking at Pacquiao, I'm looking at Bradley, and I'm looking at, I don't know, pick another one. You can throw, I wouldn't really say Keith Thurman right now, because to me, Thurman is still, he still needs some bigger fights under his belt to really show me that he's really the real deal, a real threat. I know he's got a lot of power, but he's not really, in my opinion, he needs to have a couple more big names on his record. Possibly the Khan fight. Possibly Khan would have been a good choice, because although Khan has been beaten before, and we know what he's about, but a lot of people feel that Khan has the style to defeat Floyd. But I'm not sure. But I definitely would like to see even the last. Okay, let's say the last 2 fights. We've got Maidana now. Then it'd be nice to see Pacquiao and Bradley, which is very unlikely to happen. Very, very unlikely. But I'm just talking in an ideal world. If I was Floyd's advisor, saying this is for your legacy, if you beat these 2 guys, these are the 2 of the best guys around, really, and you wouldn't do yourself any harm in beating them. But in this fight, I think that Maidana's far more refined than Robert Garcia. He is learned to use a jab a bit more, to set up his punches a bit more. He's not so crude, and that's going to hold him in good stead. But I just don't think it's going to be enough. I'm looking back on the opponents, and I'm saying, what does Maidana have that the 40 other opponents didn't have? And I'm struggling to come up with anything superbly special that's going to really make the difference. But we'll see. Hopefully I'm wrong, and Maidana can catch Floyd. If he could somehow catch Floyd and hurt him somehow, a bit like if you can get like a Shane Mosley shot in there, but actually hurt Floyd a bit more and put him on the back foot, may give some excitement to the fight and make it more interesting. But I just don't see it. I think it's just another routine fight for Floyd Mayweather, and I put no stock in that Adrian Broner victory as a sort of making worthwhile an opponent for Floyd. Floyd's on another level. When you play video games and you have the big boss, you always have bosses leading up to that big boss, and Adrian Broner is just another boss who is kind of an imitation of Floyd. And whilst I won't take away from Broner that he's a very good boxer, he's no Floyd Mayweather, and we saw that, and clearly saw that against Maidana. You know, so I'm going to leave it there really. I've said what I want to say. I think Floyd wins the fight by UD. I don't think it's really that competitive, but let's hope that Maidana can do something to really excite us in this fight. Thanks for watching.